Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another Total Annihilation replay. Um, what we've got here is we've got game 2 of Rock versus TimmyFred. And this game is on Cold Corridor. Now, I think Gods of War 2 is Rock's pick, and Cold Corridor is Timmy's pick, if I'm remembering right. And so Timmy is ready to bring the hurt to Tag Rock. And we shall have to see how he does here. So right now, Rock is up 1 in the series. This is a best of 5. So Timmy has to pull 3 wins here to remove Rock in the semifinal round. So for those joining this, there will be a previous video on the channel. And this is my busy season. So I'm doing the low quality, high quantity so we can crank out. Just get these tournament games up there because these are some really good games. They're great to watch. And we like having TA up on YouTube. Rock asks, no core. And Timmy says, oops. He wanted to go core for this. TimmyFred representing red in the bottom right. Rock in the orange on the top left. Rock asks if you want to restart, and he says it's basically the same on C. There are some subtle differences. Crusaders with a higher turret turn rate, better brake and acceleration. Rock with the slightly cheaper, core with the slightly cheaper units. That's why Rock is playing core here. He's got cheaper skeets for core, or searchers, actually. I sometimes say skeets, too. So you can see they both did a win start to walking into the sea. Rock is walking additional mexes, whereas Timmy's going for more of a rush start right here. So he did one win, one title in the +2 mex. And we'll see how many skeets he puts out. Skeeters. He's got 2 that he cranks out, and then he idles the factory and moves on to produce this. I've done this kind of build with the way he's got it started here. You can basically get up to 3 skeets out, but looks like he wanted to save some metal because he wanted to work on a seacon. So again, I am recording this using TAS replayer, so the game time clock in the bottom left isn't going to be accurate. So to see time, I'm actually just going to be able to hit this. You can see at this point we're just over 2 minutes. All right, and Rock is being really greedy with this start right here. So when he's basically thinking, okay, Timmy's not going to rush me. Title, and the reason why he's dropping the title kind of out here in the middle of nowhere is he's trying to avoid accessing his metal. He wants to keep all that metal in storage so he can crank out a good fighting force by the time Timmy shows up. Timmy's got his comm is also walking, and he's got a con out. Rock doesn't even have his factory yet. And it looks like Timmy's searchers. Now, this is about as fast as searchers are going to reach you, as the skeeters are going to reach you. So we can check the time here. So at about 3 minutes is when you got to look to see searchers. Now, there's probably a faster way to do it. Now, Timmy comes up here. He realizes Rock isn't there. He doesn't see a factory being built. He doesn't see any titles. So he knows he has to find out where he's at. Rock says, ooh. Timmy's attacking the wind. He knows that's not really what he wants. He wants the titles. The titles are actually better. They produce 20. Rock frantically putting down another title at this point. TimmyFred comes in, and he's just attacking the titles, taking out the energy. Rock's got his searchers out. Now, if Timmy had come in and gotten here a little sooner, he might have been able to actually get all the titles and really stall him out. But at this point, Rock has matched him. But you can see Rock low on energy, and Timmy runs away. His skeets at this point, that is the right call. I would hit self-D on them at this point, but it looks like this because it's just not to leave that 80 metal wreck right there. TimmyFred, 2 cons out. Rock 0 at this point up, and then his skeet gets caught on the island, and he loses it. So Rock now, no construction units, but he's got 5 searchers out, 6 searchers, 7. He's going for a 7th. So this is actually quite a big counter attack at this point. And TimmyFred, what he needs to do is he absolutely needs to protect his cons. You can see what Timmy's doing for energies. He's building sonars and turning them off. So if you're curious, all you do how to do that, you just build your sonar, then you can see here, we're going to click on it and we're going to hit off, and it produces +8 energy. So on this map, it's actually more efficient than Tidal, but it is vulnerable. They die really quick. So this is 24 energy, so it's about a little bit more than a single Tidal. So TimmyFred staying close on E, he's not emptying his bar here. The other thing is you can turn these on, you can get intel from him. So now TimmyFred sees that Rock has incoming ships. He's got another Tidal up here. Hopefully he's able to react on time and save that con if he wants to actually come out here. Rock, you can see he's pushed out a con of his own. TimmyFred runs to the north. You can see it's basically slightly off screen. Very clever. Rock does shoot all. His searchers have come in and basically caught TimmyFred with just a pair of skeets. Just nice play by TimmyFred there, using the edge of the map and getting away, getting away with it right there. Very well done. So you can see TimmyFred's taking advantage of the fight. He had 3 on 2 over here, so he took it. Fighting around your own cons and shipyards, that is the way to do it. Rock has the skeet advantage, but he is trying to drop this con with it. This is not necessarily a good idea. I made this mistake in a game against Metin. If TimmyFred can keep this construction ship alive, then Rock is going to lose the skeet advantage for next to nothing. And he does get the con, but at what cost? You can see he lost 3 searchers for his trouble. TimmyFred's about to get his second shipyard up and running. TimmyFred's still got his con here. Rock is going up. He probably sees him on the sonar, but Rock, of course, doesn't see him on the line of sight, and his searchers take off. TimmyFred now has an outnumbered and outproduced on the skeet and searcher. Skeet to searcher amount. So, what's that? 7 to 4. He's producing more now. TimmyFred lost his 1 con right there, but this con here and this con both survived. So he still has the equal build power to Rock, and he has a skeet advantage. So at this point, TimmyFred is looking in decent shape. TimmyFred up by 1,000 metal at this point. Rock says, nice, you had enough. In part, it was Rock's call to aggressively go after this rather than try and maintain the skeet advantage. So we've done a bit of theory crafting on this map. I am not at the cutting edge of it. So, but whenever you play a C map, maintaining a greater number, or at least a competitive number, of the scout ships is really, really important. They're fast, they're tough, they've got missiles, and the lasers. So, and they're cheap. Timmy cranking out more of them. He's got a con down here to pick up these wrecks. See about Rock has the numerical advantage here because TimmyFred stopped to build cons. But if Rock doesn't convert that advantage basically now, TimmyFred is going to be able to turn that around. So, and this isn't enough to overrun because he would need to have enough to basically he should be pressuring at this point. But again, I've got bird's eye view. I kind of know everything that's going on. And it was asked on another game, how do you know when you advantage? Oh, this was rough by TimmyFred here. Let's see if Rock takes advantage of it. He does not. TimmyFred's forces got split by the island, so Rock would have needed to follow that southern group with his larger batch, and he would have come out ahead there. At that point, it looks like they went 1 for 1. So yeah, so in the fog of war, when you see your skeets come into contact with the other teams, you basically just have to judge by the incoming missiles and how fast your stuff goes down. If you do something like this, you can see how he got split up. You actually give him an opportunity to focus fire. You can't actually control where the missile shoots. When you hit attack with your searchers, it only controls the laser cannon. So you have to rely on the auto-targeting, meaning you want to be able to focus individual ships down. So you have to try and create, when you're doing unit control, you want to create situations where you have just a single one of his ships in range of a maximum number of yours, so that way they don't shoot at other ones and spread their damage out. Instead, they focus down their target. It's kind of tough to do with these islands in here. These are cool little features that will break things up, and so it can give you momentary advantages that you can actually press, get a good trade. You can see right now they're about even though Rock had the lead for a moment. Now at this point, TimmyFred and Rock have a similar number. So. All right, we'll speed this up a little bit here. See, TimmyFred's doing the +2s first. That's my take on this map too. And then you definitely want to go back and fill them in. It's worth it. But early on in the game, you want to get the +2s. So TimmyFred's also got this +2 in the middle here, whereas Rock does not. And you can see Rock has caught a con out. He's going in for the kill on it. TimmyFred, this is time for him to press, because Rock is going to commit to get this con. You want to try and get your con to last as long as possible, so you can see what he's doing there. Putting up the shark's teeth. Loses the con, but goes ahead on the skeet battle as a result of it. You can see Rock right there. That formation is not good, where you got them running in a single line. TimmyFred was able to clean up a bunch of the back one. He now holds the unit advantage. You can see there, oh yeah, 105%. But part of that's because he's using sonars. Rock says, He knows he's in trouble. TimmyFred now controls this wreck field that was created. And so that's going to be a nice metal advantage for him. You can see he's built a few more shipyards. He's got more cons out. He's started his tidal hooking. Rock on 3 shipyards at this point to TimmyFred's 4. And he's got cons guarding his too, whereas Rock just does not. TimmyFred way up on metal at this point, 4,000. Rock dropping another shipyard up closer to the front. I like to do this, especially if I know that I might be getting put on the back foot, because shipyards are tough to kill, and you can try and fight over one, and it'll absorb some damage, and you can try and go up on the ski trade. TimmyFred almost double Rock's searchers at this point. Rock knows it too, because he's got the sonar right there. So TimmyFred dropped, Rock has dropped a missile tower. That's another thing you can do is around these you can put some missile towers. They've got good range, and you can't actually control what they're shooting, so you can focus down units. TimmyFred 5 shipyards at this point. Rock just got his 5th down, but you can see TimmyFred has cons guarding. Rock does not, so TimmyFred thinks he's got the advantage at this point. That's why he's starting with his Crusaders. And I think that's the right call here. Big battle here. This is where if I'm Rock, I come around and try and draw him to my shipyard for the fight, because I know I'm outmatched. Plus, if TimmyFred dives in completely at this point, that's probably overcommitting. He needs to make sure he controls this wreck field that he just created. Although at this point, TimmyFred's pressing because he knows he has the advantage and he wants to win the skeet fight. Now TimmyFred comes down. See, that's where if Rock wants to fight over the shipyard, he needs to do it kind of... there you go. Now he brings the searches back in. So TimmyFred wisely moves back up north. Yeah, there's a massive amount of metal just lying here, and TimmyFred is also just picking up the metal in the middle of the map, all while he's doing this. You see the advantage now. TimmyFred, his metal advantage is expanded even more. Got TimmyFred fighting away from the shipyard, which is the right move. Rock pressing in there. I don't know if I like that, especially considering he needs to be fighting over the shipyard. So Rock going in. He's sneaking, stealing some wrecks down here. And in comes the Crusaders. And TimmyFred not even bothering to stay and kill those metal extractors. He's bringing them into the fight. Now TimmyFred comes in and he's going to go for the attack. So he's got a Crusader up. Got more than enough skeets and skeet production. You can see he's got multiple factories producing at this point. They're going to keep a steady screen for him on this Crusader, and slowly this firepower is going to build up. Now that he's got the Crusader here to help, he kills the con first, and now he can kill the shipyard. That's the right order. You want to kill the cons first, because the cons will slowly be repairing the shipyard, and that's what makes it difficult to actually fight over shipyards, especially ones that are guarded by construction units. Rock is building some enforcers of his own. to be too little too late. Timmy with 2 Crusaders on the front at this point. Now you can see just as they're driving through, they're taking out the mexes. Rock's metal income is going to start dropping. Timmy's, on the other hand, is only increasing because he has won this wreck field. Rock says, well played indeed. That is correct. Timmy has this right now. It would be a bit of a miracle for Rock to come out ahead on this one. TimmyFred keeping the con busy there. We'll drop it. We'll drop the speed here so you can see. So TimmyFred's got his hooked titles. Lots of titles. Rock isn't. He can't keep a con on titles at this point. He needs everything he can get on skeets. He's got his enforcer up here fighting. This right here. Now this enforcer's getting caught in traffic. The old enforcer batters of TA, there's a lot of focus on cycling them in and out and then repairing them. You don't really have the time for that on this map. This is a building map. You need to keep the construction units busy, and you need to keep the units just flowing the other side of the map. So send this guy back and repair. It's not going to be it's going to be tough for him to do, especially since he doesn't have the construction units to do it. If he has build power, he needs to be building skeets basically, or picking up metal. Rock is stalling at this point. He's trying to put out. Yeah, he stopped putting out enforcers. He's out of metal. There you go. So now that damaged enforcer. Push back 3 Crusaders at this point. You can see they're doing just fine on health. You can see Rock, yeah, he's brought up a construction unit to try and repair his enforcer, and unfortunately it sinks instead for him. 1, 2, 3, 4 Crusaders now at this point. He's trying to use the lasers of his searchers to take him down, but TimmyFred's even got him outnumbered on the searcher front. Getting that wreck would be very nice for him. That's why Rock is sacrificing the con for it. I don't know if he'll get away with it though. He does not. So, and that's basically it. So TimmyFred controls this wreck field. Rock says, GG man, 20-minute game. He accelerates because he self-destructed his commander. Victory to TimmyFred. Thank you all for joining me for this another fantastic tournament game on Total Annihilation Replays. I will go ahead and move on to the next game. So, oh yeah, we should definitely check out the resources here. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to this channel at this point that you go ahead and do that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like on this one. I do know I hit 1,000 subscribers and I have a special thing planned, and I just need to, well, work it out for you. So it'll probably come in after this month because this month's just so crazy busy, and maybe even after October because October is another really busy month for me. So the other thing that's exciting that's happening in October is my book is going to be released, so I will become a published author. So more on that to come. So we will catch you all for the next game, which will be Rock versus TimmyFred, game number 3.